realm of lighter weight boxing has never witnessed such devastating power as that possessed by the monster, Naoya Inoue. This Japanese powerhouse delivers knockouts in a variety of flavors.
The big right hand!
Liver-breaking hits.
Three-punch combination, goes back to it again!
Already hailed as the most impeccable boxer on the planet, Inoue's triple weight category titles unequivocally affirm his dominance. Today, let's delve into the story of the silent assassin from the land of the rising sun. The monster, Naoya Inoue, entered the world on April 10, 1993, in the Kanagawa Prefecture near Tokyo. His journey into boxing was more than a mere coincidence, as he inherited this passion from his father, Shinto, who was a seasoned boxer himself. Growing up in a household where the sweet science was a way of life, both Naoya and his sibling Takumi were destined to carry on this legacy. Contrary to the narrative of a prodigious amateur talent, Naoya's early years in the ring didn't necessarily place him as the most gifted in Japan. However, what set him apart was his fighting style, which bore a striking resemblance to that of seasoned professional boxers. Even when adorned with soft gloves and helmets, Inoue wielded a surprising amount of power, leaving his opponents in awe. Despite not being the standout amateur, Inoue managed to clinch the Junior National Championship, showcasing early signs of his potential. His accomplishments also extended to the international stage, securing a bronze medal at the Asian Championship. Although Olympic qualification eluded him, Inoue wrapped up his amateur career with an impressive record of 75 victories and 6 losses. In 2012, at the tender age of 19, the Japanese prodigy made the leap to professional boxing, embarking on a new chapter in his career. A pivotal moment came when he inked a contract with the esteemed promoter Hideyuki Ahashi, setting the stage for what would become a meteoric rise in the world of boxing, the main condition of the world's top 50. Therefore, the first opponent of the monster was a solid fighter at that time, Filipino Chris Onamayo, and the fight took place in the category up to 108 pounds. Naoya set the control with his front hand, and several times attached on the right. Already in the first round, he knocked down with an accurate shot in the stomach, and in the fourth segment, brutally folded the poor man with a left hook on the liver. The opponent could not even get up, an unprecedented power for this division. The next opponents of Inoue also did not stand a full distance, thanks to which he became the contender for the title of the champion of Japan in the first lightest weight. His compatriot, Ryuichi Taguchi, with a record of 18 wins to 1 loss, became Inoue's next adversary, aggressively initiating the fight. Inoue unleashed his combination punches, outclassing Taguchi's single-shot strategy. Though unable to secure a knockout, Inoue's superior distance boxing led to a spotting of vulnerability in Taguchi's defense. Inoue showcased his striking power, leaving the experienced fighter visibly intimidated. While Monster chose to wear soft gloves, preventing a head-splitting encounter, the 20-year-old prospect secured a unanimous decision victory. Without delay, Inoue knocked out another opponent, earning him the opportunity to contend for the WBC World Champion title. Despite having only 5 wins in the professional ring at the time, Inoue's lack of experience didn't hinder him from displaying a masterclass against the seasoned Mexican Adrian Hernandez. Phenomenal timing allowed Inoue to land precise doubles early in the match, showcasing his signature combo and intimidating his Latin American opponent. During the fight, it looked like Naoya was just defending his belt from some challenger. The difference in skill level was massive. In the 6th round, the challenger finally put an end to the champion's suffering with a beautiful series of hits to the head. He'd barely made it to his feet, but the referee didn't want to witness a brutal beating and stopped the match. Inoue's reign as the WBC champion was short-lived, with just one defense. His growing body demanded a change in weight class, prompting the Japanese boxer to leap over the lightest weight and move to the super flyweight in the high-stakes showdown against Omar Inoue, a seasoned fighter boasting a remarkable 43-1 record and an undefeated streak spanning 3 years. The challenge appeared formidable on paper. However, as the bout unfolded, the stark contrast in boxing prowess became evident to fans worldwide. Inoue found himself hitting the canvas twice in the very first round, absorbing punches as if they were tailor-made for him. Surviving the initial onslaught, Omar faced an unwavering Inoue. The fight concluded with a devastating liver shot that left the Argentinian unable to rise from the canvas. At the tender age of 21, Inoue etched his name in the annals of boxing history, clinching the title in 2 weight categories and solidifying his status as a rising force in the sport. Top boxers were hesitant to sign up voluntarily to face Inoue, so the young Japanese pursued the WBO title. Monster added 7 more victories to his record and moved up in the weight class. His first opponent in the new category was the taller and bigger British boxer, Jamie McDonnell, holding the regular WBA title. Inoue wasn't fazed by the size difference and launched an attack from the first seconds. Sensing the right distance, the Japanese unleashed a storm on the towering Yorkshire giant.
McDonnell to the rope, right and left, and that is it.
McDonnell managed to get up after the first knockdown, but that night he was destined to lose.
Take those legs away.
Clearly Inoue with the body punch that sends McDonnell to the canvas here in this open.
The monster kept destroying opponents, but media presence was the only thing lacking for him that evening. Enter German promoter Karl Sauerland, who organized the World Boxing Super Series featuring the 8 best fighters in the division. In the first round, Naoya secured a knockout against the world champion from the Dominican Republic, Juan Carlos Payano. Despite Payano's experience, he lasted only 70 seconds, succumbing to a heavy 1-2 from a distance. The first defensive lapse by Payano and Inoue delivered a crushing blow.
Big right hand from Naoya Inoue.
The more significant target was the current world champion, Emmanuel Rodriguez, considered Inoue's main competitor for leadership in this weight class. Rodriguez, undefeated at the time, approached the fight as a significant underdog. Before the fight, a member of Rodriguez's team disrespected Naoya's father by recording them on his phone during open training. Emmanuel signed his own death sentence. Rodriguez confidently started the fight.
Knockout ratio. Took it, didn't blink, comes forward.
But overestimated his skills, leading to the most terrifying knockout in the history of the smaller weight classes.
This is a fearsome flurry, and he's done. He's got him on the left.
Inoue knocked out the Puerto Rican with a left hook and finished him off with body shots. The match lasted less than 2 rounds.
3-punch combination, goes back to it again! Oh!
And the Japanese boxer became the tournament finalist. The final showdown against the legendary Nonito Donaire was the highlight of the World Boxing Super Series. The Filipino returned to his lightest weight and managed to defeat his younger opponents.
Arms and biceps to be able to evade.
And there's a backup down goes Young!
Traditionally, Naoya found the right distance first, but surprisingly, Donaire ate his punches without flinching. Realizing his head was still in the game, Nonito went on the offensive and delivered a left hook to the target. In response, the Japanese boxer changed tactics, giving the center of the ring to the jab, but his punches had no effect on the seasoned veteran. Monster then added power and managed to shake his opponent. But Donaire, with his vast experience, weathered the storm and twice delivered a combination of punches. In the 8th round, Naoya faced some serious punishment from Donaire, landing several hits on his open visor and visibly changing his face. In the following round, the the Japanese boxer took the hardest punch of his career, but managed to withstand it. Nobody had survived such hits from Donaire before, but Inoue proved he has an ironclad chin. Despite losing a few rounds and sustaining significant damage, Naoya appeared fresh, while his opponent started to tire. Naoya targeted Donaire's liver, causing him to take a knee. The onslaught continued until the final battle, but miraculously, Donaire managed to endure. The monster secured victory through a unanimous decision from the judges. However, this triumph came at a cost for the champion, who suffered a broken right hand and jaw, along with a deep cut. Every great champion faces challenging fights, and Naoya successfully overcame this obstacle. Thanks to his World Boxing Super Series win, Naoya earned a contract with the leading promotion company Top Rank and set his sights on conquering the United States. In the enthralling encounter with the Australian technician Jason Maloney, Naoya Inoue showcased his adaptability and strategic acumen. Learning from past experiences, Inoue opted for a more methodical approach, steering away from the pursuit of early knockouts. He systematically outclassed Maloney from a distance, skillfully navigating the ring's dynamics. Despite Maloney's attempts to retaliate, his efforts fell short in securing rounds against the relentless Inoue. As the bout progressed, Inoue's ring intelligence shone through. Shortly thereafter, he executed a flawless punch, solidifying his reputation as a versatile and intelligent boxer. Top Rank faced a considerable challenge in the quest for opponents willing to step into the ring with the formidable Japanese monster. Consequently, Inoue's next opponent became Michael Dos Marinos. In a display of clinical precision, Naoya delivered a knockout to the Filipino, leaving him without a liver in the third round. The meticulous execution of Naoya's body punches showcased a masterful targeting of the X-zone. Finding opponents willing to face the Japanese became a challenge, leading to a second pass fight. This time, the unfortunate victim was Aaron DePoen. Naoya dominated the Thai guest until the 8th round, ultimately delivering a knockout, placing DePoen in the same position as his predecessors. While some criticized these matchups, the anticipation paid off as, after 2.5 years, a rematch with Nonito Donaire was on the horizon. Despite the Filipino aging during this time, he managed to knock out 2 top boxers. On that day, Naoya aimed to conclude the business early, and the bet on an early knockout proved justified. After the break, the Japanese boxer cornered Donaire against the ropes, showing no mercy to an old friend.
Managed to find his balance. Inoue is going to work and then knocked up.
After settling questions about his rivalry with Donaire, the monster pursued his main goal in this weight category: the fight for the title of the undisputed world champion. The only missing piece was the IBF belt, which the British fighter Paul Butler held. However, Butler's possession of the title did not make him a competitive opponent. Naoya playfully showcased his skills in front of the home audience.
And a big right hand that comes in. Great work from Inoue.
Despite his excellence in the ring, the Japanese fighter wasn't satisfied with merely holding titles. He aimed for the second lightest division, leaving all his titles vacant in January 2023. In July, Naoya was set to face the leader of the super bantamweight division, Stephen Fulton, whom he easily destroyed.
The opponent got up, but Inoue was ready to finish the fight.
On December 26, 2023, at Tokyo's Ariake Arena, Naoya Inoue faced Marlon Tapales in a super bantamweight unification bout. Inoue, holding the WBC and WBO titles, aimed to claim Tapales's IBF and WBA belts. Throughout the fight, Inoue showcased his superior technique and power. Despite Tapales's resilience and occasional counterattacks, Inoue maintained control, systematically breaking down his opponent. The 10th round saw Inoue land a series of precise combinations, culminating in a knockout that left Tapales unable to continue. On May 6, 2024 at the Tokyo Dome, Naoya, the Monster Inoue faced Luis Neri in a highly anticipated bout for the undisputed super bantamweight titles. Inoue, known for his formidable power and precision, encountered an unexpected challenge early in the fight. In the second round, Neri delivered a well-timed counterpunch, sending Inoue to the canvas for the first time in his professional career. This knockdown momentarily stunned the crowd, as Inoue had previously been undefeated and unshaken in his bouts. Despite this setback, Inoue showcased his resilience and adaptability. He regained his composure and began to dominate the exchanges, outlanding Neri significantly in subsequent rounds. According to CompuBox statistics, Inoue connected on 107 punches compared to Neri's 54, demonstrating his superior accuracy and power. The turning point came in the 6th round. Inoue unleashed a devastating combination that culminated in a knockout, leaving Neri unable to continue. This victory not only allowed Inoue to retain his titles, but also reinforced his reputation as one of boxing's most formidable fighters. On September 3, 2024, at Tokyo's Ariake Arena, Naoya Inoue defended his undisputed super bantamweight title against TJ Doheny.
The bout concluded in the 7th round when Doheny, hindered by a back injury sustained earlier, was unable to continue. This victory marked Inoue's 28th consecutive win, maintaining his undefeated record and reinforcing his dominance in the super bantamweight division. And now it's time for him to face Ye-Jun Kim at Ariake Arena. The fight began with cautious probing in the first round. In the second round, Inoue increased the pressure, landing powerful punches that repeatedly snapped Kim's head back. Despite this, Kim showed resilience and managed to make it through the round. In the third round, Inoue shifted his focus to body shots, and in the fourth round, he successfully countered Kim's jabs, leading to a knockout.
Striving to top the list of the best boxers in the world. Like a radio-controlled sidewalk, Naoya orchestrates flawless executions in the ring. Instead of relying on dull point shots, he ruthlessly and fiercely puts his opponents in a horizontal position, shattering their goals and dreams. Naoya exemplifies what it means to be the best in the world without resorting to verbal taunts. His weapons aren't sharp words, but two terrifying hammers. As Naoya Inoue continued to dominate the world of boxing, his journey was marked by achievements that solidified his legacy as one of the sport's all-time greats. With multiple world titles across different weight classes, Inoue's prowess in the ring continued to captivate fans globally.